So I heard through a little birdie that there is a new Light Fiend Yu-Gi-Oh deck that may or may not be based off of Devil May Cry. Of course, big dog, I'm the Cali Effect, and this is Cali Clips. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you destroy that subscribe button, but also stay on tune so you can see more amazing videos. Let's jump on in. It's time for an unholy requiem with the Fiendsmith. Oh, chat. Oh, look at all this. I'm not gonna lie, chat. This man looks hella cool. Come on, chat. He got the 20-pack. He got the big Beyblade on his back. He got the cape. Chat, you guys know everything looks way better when you got the half cape that go for your pants. You know that. Everybody knows that. We don't know what the cape does exactly. Don't know what it's for. But when you got the half cape going for your pants, who used to take the sweaters and then put the sweater around your waist? It's kind of, it's on Meek Mill's sus level red now, but like, who used to do that and let bro, we all used to do that back in the day. This is exactly what that is. This man he's preem. He's preem. Let's figure out what the new Fiendsmith cards do. All right. It's a Light Fiend. Oh, holy crap. Light Fiend, chat. Light Fiend. Here we go. This one is the Fiendsmith. He's a level 6 Light Fiend monster. And apparently, they're supposed to be based off of Devil May Cry. I'm not 100% sure what Devil May Cry. Like, I played the game like in PlayStation 2 a long time ago. I know nothing about the lore. I know nothing about that. So let me know where you guys see the connections and stuff. This is a level 6 Light Fiend effect monster. 1800 attack, 2400 defense. And of course, you can only use the first, second, and third effect once per turn. You can discard this card. Add one Fiendsmith spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. You can target one Fiendsmith equipped card you control and one monster on the field. Send them to the graveyard. Huh. That's interesting. Because it can get rid of your opponent's monsters too. Because all you have to do is target a Fiendsmith equipped card and one monster. That's interesting. If this card is in the graveyard, you can shuffle one other Light Fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck or extra deck to special summon this card. Chat, Magical Musketeer is about to go crazy. I'm telling you, it already has Magical Musketeer. Look, all Magical Musketeers are Light Fiends. And we even have an extra deck Light Fiend Magical Musketeer. You can shuffle this card into the deck to summon this card. All we got to do is figure out a way to get it to the graveyard. Well, it just so happens to have, boom, a discard effect. To add a Fiendsmith. I am not coping. This is Magical Musketeer support. Now they have a fusion monster. Oh, it looks like he's, what is he doing? Is that like a gun or something? He has like the little Yugi Moto thing? Okay. All right, let's see what he does. So this one is Fiendsmith Lacrimosa. All right. It is 24/24, level 6 Fiend Fusion effect monster. Then, of course, you can only use the first and third once per turn. If this card is fusion summon, you can target one Light Fiend in your monster in your graveyard or banish and either add it to your hand or special summon it. Guys, it requires 2 Light Fiend monsters. Chat, I'm telling you, come on, man. Crazy. It is like a low-key 2-card Fiend, Beatrice, because this card can search Fiendsmith spells and trap cards, and then can summon itself, right? And this card is another 6, so it's pretty easy to summon 2 level 6 monsters to your side of the field. But this card requires 2 Magical Musketeers, or Fiendsmiths, to summon. And then it allows you to target one Light Fiend monster in your graveyard that is banished, or your graveyard to banish, either add it to your hand or special summon it. This deck is kind of going crazy bonkers. If it's monsters your opponent controls lose 600 attack, and then if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle one other Light Fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck and inflict 1200 to your opponent. So a nice burn effect. So far I'm seeing a lot of synergy with Beatrice the Eternal Lady of Eternal, since this still does get its effect from detaching. I also see a lot of synergy with Magical Musketeer, and you guys already know Musketeers are one of the best decks in existence. This seems like a really interesting deck when they have more. This card is named after Lacrimosa, Latin for weeping, a part of the Die Ira of the Requiem Mass. I have no idea what that is. we get a level 9 monster here. All right, and this one got some choky effects. It seems to be him with a hammer of some sort. Okay, maybe the thing on his back transformed to something else. And this requires the Fiendsmith, so it specifically requires him, plus 2 light monsters, right? And this card effect is a little bit different. Of course, you can only use 1 and 2 per turn. And as a quick effect, you can negate the effects of a number of face-up cards in the field into the end of the turn, up to the total link rating of the link monsters equipped to this card as equip cards. Think about it, chat. Think about it. This seems to be a link fusion-based deck that can equip Magical Musketeer Max and negate them. That's crazy good. All right. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle 1 other Light Fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck or extra deck to target 1 card on the field and send it to the graveyard. Keep in mind, these cards so far say if they are sent to the graveyard. So they can be sent to the graveyard by means like Dogmatic of Punishment to trigger their effects, which, you know, really cool. And I know I may be coping, but Dogmatic of Punishment is a spell card that you can activate under your Magical Musketeer monster effects, chat. Am I coping? You also get these monsters' effects. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing that out, chat. And you get to target a card on the field and send it to the graveyard. I'm just saying, chat. Now, it says, Dies Irae is a medieval Latin poem describing the Last Judgment, or Judgment Day, often used for the funeral or requiem mass for the dead. Okay. They get a Link 1 monster. You guys are saying I'm coping, aren't you? I know you guys are saying I'm coping. Now, I can normally call you on coping, but these cards are one of the few times where there's actually a lot of potential. See, I'm not coping today. All right. This requires 1 Light Fiend monster. Holy crap. You can only special summon Requiem once per turn and only use the second effect once per turn. Okay. This card says during the main phase, you can tribute this card. Special summon 1 Fiendsmith monster from your hand or deck. That's pretty good. It summons out our big guy. Then it says the 2 effect is you can target 1 non-link Light Fiend monster you control. Equip this card from your field or graveyard to that target as an equipped spell that gives 600 attack. Okay. All right. That's pretty cool. And it says Requiem or funeral is a form of mass for the Roman Catholic Church and repose of the souls of the recently deceased. So chat, think about it. The Dogmatica cards are based loosely off the Roman Catholic Church. The Magical Musketeer monsters are based off of the... Okay, anyways, I'll find something for that. But at least the Dogmaticas and the Fiendsmith seem to be closely related. And maybe it's a post-apocalyptic, diabolical world where cowboys reign supreme. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm still coping. Next is Link 2. Right? This one is Fiendsmith Sequentia. And it requires 2 monsters, including a Light Fiend monster. That's really good. And of course, you can only use the first and second effect once per turn. During your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 Fiend monster from your extra deck by shuffling the materials mentioned from your graveyard into the deck. Crazy good. It also says you can target 1 non-link Light Fiend monster you control. Equip this card from your field or graveyard to that target as an equip card. So it seems like the link monsters are going to be the equip cards. The fusion monsters are going to be your beaters. And you only have 1 Fiendsmith monster. So you're going to need other Fiend light monsters to facilitate this, guys. Oh, the dream might not be dead, chat. Oh, all we need is some good spell cards or trap cards that are searchable. Yeah, there seems to be no other Fiendsmith cards. Holy. Yo, this is going to be Fiendsmith Tractus. Is that a tractor? That might be a tractor. All right. You can only use the 1 and 2 effects of this card once per turn. Add 1 Light Fiend monster from your deck to your hand. Then discard 1 card. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Fusion summon 1 Fiendsmith fusion monster from your deck. Using monsters from your hand or field as material. Now, Tractus is Latin for progress or passage. There are many different ways to read Aesai, so we're unsure if it's a possible pun. but the kanji is definitely or essentially a hymn or holy. Tractus is a form of versicle sung in the Roman Catholic Church after gradual between the epistle and the gospel. I'm pretty sure I'm saying these wrong. I'm not Catholic. I'm sorry. It is named because it is played when the Bible is carried from one side of the other of the church during Mass. I'm just saying, chat, this deck searches light fiend monsters. I'm pretty sure we can make a deck pretty fast. This says Fiendsmith Sanctus. All right. You can only use the 1 and 2 effect once per turn. If you control no face-up monsters, or all face-up monsters you control a light fiend, you can special one Fiendsmith token. Also, you cannot declare attacks for the rest of the turn, except for with fiend monsters. So it gives you fusion material. Okay. If a face-up Fiendsmith monster you control is destroyed by an opponent's card while this card is in the graveyard, set this card. This card doesn't seem too great, but it also doesn't seem really bad either. It says, the Sanctus is a hymn from Catholic liturgy that may go as far back as year 200 in North Africa. Now, here's where it says, Holy, holy, holy Lord God of hosts, heaven and earth are full of your glory. Hosanna to the highest. Blessed who he comes with the name of the Lord. Hosanna to the highest. While the original Greek appears to have been... Chat, y'all know damn well I ain't reading that. Ain't no... Come on. Chat, come on. Ain't no way I'm reading that. It is sung at the end of the preface of the Eucharistic prayer in remembrance of consecration and praise. All right, as far as puns go, Sanctus is Latin for holy, and a few sense include meaning approval or support. That meaning production and the kanji here are praise and holy. All right, I know you guys are history buffs and lore buffs. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not sure about that. I don't know anything about that, but let me know what you guys think. Lastly is going to be Fiendsmith in the Paradisium. Now, this is a trap card that you can only use the 1 and 2. It says, target one level 7 or higher fiend monster you control. Send all cards on the field to the graveyard except that monster. That's kind of crazy, and it's searchable. If your opponent special summons a monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, send one Fiendsmith monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard, which also triggers this effect. And Paradisium, the antiphon, a short chant from the traditional Latin and Roman Catholic churches with Queen Mass. In Paradisium, oh, come on, I'm not going to chat. I'm going to try. In Paradisium, decadent de ingile tu, no, not doing it. May the angels lead you into paradise. May the martyrs receive you at your arrival and lead you into the holy city, Jerusalem. May choirs of angels receive you in the Lazarus. Once a poor man may have you in eternal rest. That's all I know. So far, I am crazy excited about this Yu-Gi-Oh! Strategy, but I'm super curious on what you have to say. Is this Magical Musketeer support secretly? Will this strategy be an absolute banger? All I can tell you is that the new set, Eternal Forbidden, is going to have some cards that we're all going to be excited for.